Hello, my friends. How is everyone today? Yeah. All right. Well, Miss Maria is here, and I'm going to read one of my books that I have written. And this one's called Little Fur with a Big Wish. Little Fur with a Big Wish. Trying to get the lighting just right here so it doesn't really glare on it. Little Fur with a Big Wish. I think the color is much. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Little Fur with a Big Wish, dedicated to all the children who have fought to fight each day like warriors. Yes. All right. Little Fur remembered the day he was planted at the McDoodle farm. They tended to Little Fur each day. They watered, they fertilized. They trimmed. Little Fur heard this year one of them would be chosen as the Rockefeller tree for New York City. The animals adored their daily visits with Little Fur. He loved their visits, but he wanted something more. Little Fur said, maybe this year I'll be chosen as the Rockefeller tree. The tree to the right said, Little Fur, don't be silly. You're way too small. The tree to the left said, your branches are too weak to hold thousands of life. You're not strong enough to hold a 900-pound crystal star, said the tree to the right. And the tree to the left laughed. They'd probably take you to factory to be packaged for garden mulch. Little Fur didn't listen to the other trees who towered over him. He continued to dream. Little Fur dreamed about the millions of people who would admire him. He imagined people saying he was the most beautiful tree they'd ever seen in the city for the holiday. Little Fur made sure he ate well each day. Little Fur stretched far enough to be touched by the warmth of the sun. He exercised for strength. Little Fur did everything he could to be the perfect tree for the city. The tree to the right said, Little Fur, no one will want to see a small tree. Give yourself another year. Little Fur knew he was special. He didn't listen to the bigger trees. He wished every night on the biggest star to be the one, the chosen one. The day had arrived. A big trailer pulled up to the farm. Mr. Paws, the annual picker, jumped out of the truck and examined each tree. He tugged and rubbed the bristles between his fingers. Little Fur waited patiently for his turn. Mr. Paws walked towards Little Fur. Little Fur stretched tall. He beamed. Little Fur wished. Mr. Paws rubbed at his beard. Cute. Little Fur was puzzled. Cute. He knew the Rockefeller tree was unique and extra special. He never heard anyone say it was cute. Little Fur sighed and lowered his branches. Mr. Paws said, men, load them up on the truck. Little Fur was disappointed. He watched a 70-foot tree craned onto the truck bed. Little Fur heard the buzz of the saw once again. This time it was under him. I knew it. I knew they'd choose me. During the drive, Little Fur imagined what living in the city would be like. Little Fur admired the tall buildings as the truck drove through the city. People cheered as the truck stopped at Rockefeller Center. The men unloaded the huge tree. Once the big tree was unloaded, the motor started and pulled away. Little Fur shouted, "Wait, wait, you forgot me!" Little Fur worried what the others had said about the factory. It wasn't long before the truck stopped in front of the building. The men left Little Fur in a room alone. It didn't sound like a factory. He heard giggles and small voices. In moments, children arrived dressed in hospital gowns. "It's our tree!" the children exclaimed. The children spent the afternoon decorating Little Fur. When finished, the children admired Little Fur. "Isn't our tree beautiful?" asked one child. "It's amazing," said another. "This is the best tree ever." Their smiles warmed the inside of his branches. Little Fur realized he didn't need thousands of lights or a fancy crystal star. He didn't need to be admired by millions of people. Little Fur's big wish was bigger than he ever imagined. And that's my story about Little Fur and the Big Wish. And so, in the back of the book, it shows you on Christmas Eve, 1931, at the height of the Great Depression, workers at the Rockefeller Center construction site decided to pool their money together to buy a Christmas tree to lift their spirits. It was a 20-foot balsam fir that they decorated with homemade garland and strings of cranberries from their families. The men lined up at the tree to receive their paychecks. 2 years later, in 1933, a Rockefeller Center publicist decided to make the tree an annual tradition, and that is pretty special. So Miss Maria wrote this book. One, I'm from New York City. I'm really from Long Island, but I was born in New York City. And then I thought that I would give back because there are so many kids that are fighting to live. And I thought that this would be a great book to help with the cause. And I also thought that what if there was a little tree and it could it not make others happy? And that was the reason why I wrote the book. So I hope you enjoyed Little Fur with a Big Wish. And I wish the cover looked a little bit better on screen, but I absolutely love this one. So thank you so much for listening today while Miss Maria was reading one of her books that she has. And if you want to see the other books that I've written, check out www.mariaashworth.com and you can see the other great books that I have written as well. I say they're books with heart. Thank you so much, and I hope that I see you again. Bye, my friends.